What is up, everybody? It's Michelle Ann here, talking more about manifesting. And tonight, my topic that I want to talk about is being okay with being patient and what to do while you're waiting for your manifestations to materialize in front of you. A lot of times, we think about what we want, and we think about it, and we think about it, and we think about it. And then we wonder why it's not here right now. Why? Why isn't it here? Where is it? Why isn't it showing up? Well, a lot of times there's a certain number of things that need to happen before your manifestation will come into play. And the way that I tend to think about this is if you look at, how many people have played pool, right? So when you're playing pool, you've got this, you get your pool board, the pool table, and you've got all your balls lined up in the right places, right? And you're waiting for that magic shot when you're going to be able to pull back on your stick and hit that cue ball so that it can hit the right balls in the right time. So it's almost like you're waiting for a series of individual events that are independent of each other to coordinate in order to come together for the large manifestation, right? So, for example, you need a ride to the airport. And all of a sudden, somebody from down the street decides that they're driving to the airport, and they just happen to drive by and see you in your yard and pull, oh, by the way, do you need a ride to the airport? Well, as a matter of fact, I do. So there's always a certain series of events that are all in effect because it's all in the way things are intermeshed and intertwined together. And it's really, really cool how this happens. And it's a magical thing when it happens. Like divine timeline and divine timing, when that comes into play, oh my goodness. Like, it's amazing the series of events that will orchestrate themselves in divine intelligence so that when that one little thing says go, boom, everything, it hits all the other points in what you're trying to manifest. And it's like magic. It literally is like magic. Like everything just comes pouring in all at the same time. Like you will meet the best people. The dog is digging at the phone. You will meet the best people. You will meet the best, you will eat the best foods. You will have the best experiences ever. Sasha, stop digging at my bed. My dog is digging at my bed. That's why the picture's a little shaky here. Sorry, folks. But yeah, so when those series of events accumulate together and the magic happens, it is divine. It's magic. And when you get when it happens once, you know what it feels like. And so then you're always waiting for it to happen again. And then a lot of times, and this is where I found I get stuck sometimes, and I wanted to help you all get through this because I'm sure I can't be the only one. But when you get used to things working out in a certain way and you're really, really enjoying it, and you're just like, oh, more, how does it get better? How does it get better? How does it get better? And it just keeps getting better and it keeps getting better. And then things just kind of, it's like you've plateaued, right? It's almost, in your weight loss journey even, like we all get that little plateau. And then we think, did it stop? Did it, what happened? Why? And it's not that things aren't going well for you. It's just that you're in a state. So when you think of like trees, for example, hardwood trees, they have seasons, right? They have seasons of growth. They have seasons of changing color, and then their leaves fall off and they go to sleep for the winter. And then in the spring, they wake up and they bloom and they thrive and they release pollen and grow. And the same thing is true for us. So we all have seasons in our lives. So there's a time to grow, there is a time to rest, there is a time to manifest, and there's a time to rest. and think about your next move. What do you want next? Maybe there are a few things that need to come into alignment before your next manifestation comes into being. So it's not that you're doing anything wrong. It's that there's a series of events waiting to line up to happen for your next magical moment to manifest for you. That is awesome, because when you're waiting, like, I've come to find for myself that whenever it's a long period of time that I'm waiting and it just kind of seems, it's like, come on, get on with it. Like, let's manifest something. Let's do it. Let's do something. The longer the wait, the bigger the result. It's incredible. And so you just have to let that go. Be okay with just feeling satisfied and happy where you are in your present journey. There is nothing to push. There is nothing to pull. There is only what life is offering you now in this present moment. And that's all any of us can ever focus on, is our present moment. So we make the best of this present moment, because this moment that we're in is where all our ability, power, magic, all the good stuff is now. It's here. And you want to feel it now, here. Because what's happening here now is going to bring the magic in that is coming your way. And so you can literally just sit here and be a magnet, attracting everything that you desire, because you're raising your level to that frequency. So don't ever think that because you're wanting something and it's not showing up, that it's because of you. The only thing that can make that happen is when you're focusing on the lack of something in your life. And to give you an example on that, and my husband's gone to work, so he can't get mad at me for talking about him, but he's always in a rush. You know, he's going to work and, oh, I got to rush to do this. No, I got to rush to do that. And I got to rush to do this. And he always says, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. I don't have time. And then he ends up creating messes because he doesn't have time to put his tools away. His clothes are all over the floor in his man cave, because I don't permit that in the house, but that's just me. But he says he doesn't have time to put his clothes away. He doesn't have time to do this. So what happens? What's he focusing on? He's focusing on the lack of time. Time doesn't even exist, technically. We're all going to get to the same destination at the exact same time, at the exact same place. It's all relative. So by focusing on the lack of time, he's creating a rush situation, because in his world, there is no time, because he's focused on the lack of it. However, if you sit back and you think, I have all the time in the world. Like, you know, those lazy days when you just kind of watch the grass grow and it just seems like time moves so slow. It's because you're not rushing and you're not focused on the lack of it. Same thing goes for money or anything else you want in your life. If you don't have good relationships, what are you focused on? Are you focused on fighting in relationships? Well, that's probably why you don't have good relationships. So it's all about focusing on what your desire is and not the lack of it. Okay? So that being said, I had a wonderful weekend, and I'm waiting for the next wonderful manifestation to make its way through to me. And so I'm just going to sit here and be happy and take care of my vibration, because that's what we get to do in the present moment. We focus on us, focus on our vibration, keeping it high, knowing that things are always working out for us. How does it get any better than that? And every time I ask that question, the universe shows me. So that being said, I will end this video, and I will see you tomorrow with more manifesting tips. I love you. Have a wonderful night. Mwah. Good night, everybody.